Hello, I'm Trace.
And I'm Sam.
And we're your dad. And you're grounded, mister. Go to your room. And this is From Our Perspective. So I was listening to the last episode while editing it, of course, and okay. I think I had like a little bit of congestion, and I just kept hearing myself go and like these disgusting noises that I tried to edit most of them out. Mm-hmm. So, if y'all didn't get out, I'm sorry. They were really nasty, and I caught on to them, and I hated every second of it.
Oh, that's funny. You disgusting monster.
I am. But we haven't talked. Like, we legit haven't talked for a while because Sam just got back from a vacation.
I did. I went on vacation to Florida.
Florida. Do you know how long it took me to figure out that his name is just Florida?
Too long, I'd imagine.
I really didn't realize it until my cousin was like, you know his name's just Florida, right? And I was like, you're fucking with me, dude.
Don't do that to me, man.
I thought about it, and I was like, Florida. Motherfucker. No.
Yeah, that's his
name's
name.
Florida. So you went to Florida's house.
I went to Florida's house, and he was like, hey.
Didn't he make that song, Welcome to My House?
I really don't know. I don't know Florida's work.
It's really good. It's not.
I didn't go to Florida's house. I went to Florida.
Probably, to be honest, one of my least favorite states.
Yeah, you don't like Florida because you lived there.
Because I lived there, and I as boring as Kentucky can be, I kind of like Kentucky a lot more.
Wow. Hear that, Florida?
Hear that, Florida? You're not as good as Kentucky. I don't know if that's good or bad, but you take that.
We don't have much perspective from our perspective. But I went to Clearwater Beach. It's near Tampa.
Oh, yeah. I lived in Clearwater.
Did you?
Yeah, I actually lived in Clearwater.
I feel like you're lying to me.
No, hand on the Bible, legit lived in Clearwater, Florida.
Oh, okay. But we went to the animal hospital aquarium thingy there, and I got to see the dolphin
from a dolphin's tail
that inspired the dolphin's tail.
Now, was that the dolphin that acted in a dolphin's tail, or did they viciously cut off part of a dolphin's fin just to get that movie made?
I don't know. They might have CGI'd a dolphin. I haven't seen A Dolphin's Tale, the movie. I know Morgan Freeman's in it, and he fixes a dolphin.
Did you see Morgan Freeman?
I didn't see him there. I wish I had. No, that would be
funny if they had him just kind of sitting there on a stool in the corner.
Just on call to fix the dolphin. Like, it's actually Morgan Freeman fixed it.
Just there. Like, they have like a little sign that says he was in the movie.
He was in the movie, so he needs to be here. This is the most important piece of art ever to exist in humanity. A Dolphin's Tale, the movie.
What about A Dolphin's Tale 2? A dolphin... okay, let me try that again.
Okay.
What about A Dolphin's Tale 2, Electric Boogaloo?
Okay. There is a Dolphin's Tale 2. I did not know that until I started reading all over this aquarium that this animal was in Dolphin's Tale 2 or A Dolphin's Tale 1. It was all over the place. There was also another dolphin that's older that has been there longer than Winter, which is the dolphin from
of course.
I mean,
I've seen them.
And I've just got to
imagine
that Nicholas is a little peeved.
So they give. Well, I mean, I would be a little.
I bet he's like, well, I've been here busting my ass doing flips and shit for these people in Clearwater for like, I don't know. I don't remember how long it was.
Well, here's years. I would be a little peeved if I was a dolphin in captivity and they named me Nicholas, and I was just like, okay, they're just giving me a human's name, and then they were just like, and this one's Winter, and she's special,
and this one's Hope,
and this one's this one, I mean, those are still human names, but it's not as human. Like I would be okay if I were Nicholas. I would be a little bit more okay if they were like, and this one's Gertrude or something like that.
See, I personally would name a dolphin like a very like scary sounding name.
And this
like
one's
just name
Cthulhu.
Or name it like
Oobleck.
What? Oobleck, that like goop stuff?
Is that what that is?
I was thinking more like Sauron.
Oh. The
or
Joker.
Like Darth Vader.
Babadook.
Babadook. I like that. If I ever get a dolphin.
I want to start an animal hospital and just name all the animals like horror movie villains.
This is Freddy Krueger.
This is Jason Voorhees. This is Jeepers Creepers guy. Was he called Jeepers Creepers?
I don't know.
This is the
Bye Bye Man.
This is the Bye Bye Man. This one is oh god, what was that stupid ass movie? Happy Death Day.
I never saw that.
Now I'm not even sticking with
you're just naming them after
villain. Now I'm just
movies.
making a horror movie.
This one's The Shining.
And this one's I'm done.
You're done with that?
Yeah,
all
I'm
right.
done with this.
Trace is done, so we can't keep this joke going.
Yeah. I feel like we've really just kind of shoved that one into the dirt.
But yeah, there were lots of animals there.
Now,
not a lot of fish at this aquarium, believe it or not.
See,
like in a technical sense.
It's called an animal hospital, but it does seem more like an aquarium if they're keeping these animals.
It's like both. Well, how are you really going to release a dolphin without a tail fin back into the wild?
But why is Nicholas still there?
Because he didn't know how to be a dolphin. I think they found him when he
was
like a baby. He thinks he's a dog. He's like that parrot in 101 Dalmatians, like the live action one. Have you seen that?
No.
Well, I sound like an idiot then. But no, I think he was like 6 months old when they found him, and I don't think he knows how to be a real dolphin. It sounds really mean when I say it like that.
He's like a human, actually. He walks like on Pinocchio. His fins, and he wears a little business suit, and he walks around. He's actually like the museum curator. He kind of walks around, and he's like, and this is Morgan Freeman on a stool.
Yeah.
Did it show on the walls when Dolphin Tale 3 was going to be released? Because that is probably going to be the greatest trilogy I've ever seen.
That's the most anticipated crossover event of all time.
Thanos will be there.
Yeah, it'll have Thanos.
Winter will have to beat Thanos.
Yeah.
Darth Vader will show up.
There's a good name for a dolphin, Thanos.
What else did you do in Florida?
We went to the beach.
You're a real good storyteller, buddy.
I'm great at telling stories. We did an escape room.
Did you escape?
Yes.
You put up way too much of a fight for me. If I were a kidnapper, I wouldn't even bother with your bunch because you're too brilliant for my brilliant escape room I have in my basement.
So, okay. Does that mean you have a room in your basement that you kidnap people and put them in to see if they'll get out?
Well, it's just like I kind of have it there, and it's like they're supposed to stay there, but I also have a bunch of riddles and puzzles and clues on how to escape if they are willing.
Well, this one we were trying to open a treasure chest or something because it was pirate themed.
Oh, did you walk around saying "Ye harg mateys"?
I didn't because I was a little too busy.
Here, walk the plank.
I did not. I didn't do any of that.
You're not fun. You're boring.
It's not that I didn't say those things. It's that I was trying to figure out how to
unlock the treasure chest. Now, why was it a time
and get
thing,
to that
or
booty?
Were they just like you have all day. You can be in here for as long as you want.
No, it was like an hour, I think. I was gonna say 40 minutes.
Okay, now here's my follow-up question: why in the world would anyone put someone in a room and say you only have an hour to unlock this chest? Like
because the captain was going to come back and kill us or whatever.
Oh, okay. So you all
it
were.
was like
it was a
sort of
mutiny.
a mutiny situation. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Well,
that
that's
was my
interesting.
Florida experience.
And then you took your first plane ride,
I did.
If I'm remembering correct.
Yes.
How was it?
Fine. It was pretty uneventful.
Oh, okay. Well, let's stop talking about your Florida trip then.
Okay. Well, it's not that I don't want to.
No,
It's that
it's fine. It's fine.
Point A.
Yeah.
I am very bad at embellishing stories. B, the plane ride was uneventful.
Was it like a nice plane?
No.
Were you by a window seat and you saw like a big gargoyle monster on the wing?
Did I go, there's something on the wing? I think we're done with my Florida trip.
Yeah.
It was fun, though.
Well,
should
you're
do it
back,
too.
and I'm glad you're back so we can record this funny podcast
That some people listen to.
that 100 people, well,
Have listened
maybe not
to.
100 people, but
At least 100 times.
yeah, that it's been listened to at least 100 times now.
Next goal, 101. Dalmatians. Brought it around.
Right
Woo!
around, boom, got it.
Yeah!
We're gonna end it there.
And that is our podcast.
There it is. All right. Well, you're leading the topic this week, boyo. So why don't
I
you
am.
dunk right into it?
I want to talk about Disney movies, just kind of in general.
Okay.
Disney.
Disney movies.
Disney movies.
I'm gonna go Disney World.
Now, when I brought up the idea to do Disney movies, you said you had some strong opinions about Disney.
I guess, to me, I will say this, and please, no lynch mobs come after me. Please, dear God, I do not want to be drawn and quartered for this opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of prefer Pixar movies to Disney.
Me too. You're fine.
Oh, okay. Yep, never mind.
Well, you didn't say it quite the same way. Can you say which one did you started off when you were discussing it with me?
I think.
Say it.
I think the Lion King movie is a little overhyped for what it is.
He said it.
I like the movie. It's a
so
good movie.
though.
It is good, and it's got some good story. I mean, it's Hamlet.
Yeah. Who doesn't like Hamlet?
I've never read the original Hamlet.
You've never read that?
No, I've never read Hamlet. I was always more of a Macbeth guy. It's animated Hamlet, so
With lions.
with lions and hyenas
and a funny
bears. Oh
warthog.
my!
When he was a young warthog.
Fart joke after that.
Oh, stop!
Um,
Don't act like that's a bad thing.
no, it's a good movie. I won't say it's not a good.
Trace
movie.
hates your childhood.
No, it's just I think it's overhyped. I don't think it's as good as everyone says it is. Like it's a really good
I agree
movie.
with
It's
that.
very strong. The animation is beautiful. It's got a good story, some pretty good songs. In the first act.
I get what you mean. That's with anything that's kind of like it's like the best one.
To me, the
Like,
second
it, like,
act
shoots
is
above.
just kind of poor. Like Simba is a kid, and like the songs like "Just Can't Wait to Be King," like that's a fucking great song. And Hakuna Matata, right after he meets Timon and Pumbaa, and he like finds Nala again, all that. It just to me just kind of
Right after the boning.
right
The
after
movie
they
just goes
bone,
downhill.
and Elton John sings "Love Is in the Air Tonight" so passionately. Like after he finds Timon and Pumbaa for the first time, it just kind of loses everything. And Matthew Broderick becomes Simba instead of Jonathan Taylor Thomas. I think it's overhyped. I don't think it's as good as ever. I wouldn't say it's overrated. I just think everyone's like, "Oh yeah, it's the fucking best."
Yeah, I know what you mean. I get that. Well, what is... I think there's, like, segments of history for Disney. Like,
Well, there's definitely like hand drawn, and then now all of this fucking like they're stealing from Pixar with a 3D generated.
Yeah, like Frozen and Wreck-It Ralph, and that's it.
Now, some of the most Disney movies are pretty good.
They're like really good. Like I'm looking at them. Like
I guess I should pull them up too, just to kind of like look at them.
They're like really good though.
They are really good. I was watching something the other day talking about how they made the old Disney movies, like when Walt Disney was still around, like Bambi.
Mm-hmm.
So they started doing this thing where they would layer. So like you know how when you paint something, you have to kind of layer it to give it like a 3D look.
Yeah, you do the background, then the midground, then the foreground.
Yeah. So they did that, but with like a big camera on panes of glass. And so you could move. So it was like if you zoom in the camera, because all those old movies, it was like they drew a picture, and then they drew it, and then took a picture of it, and then put it all together.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like stop motion in a way.
Yeah, it's like flat stop motion.
Yeah. So you could kind of zoom in the camera, and it's almost as if you're moving through the I guess the background. Like with Bambi, I think was one of the first movies that they did that with. So like those movies, the hand drawn movies like Bambi and Snow White, Cinderella, that was an era.
Yeah, and then there's it's called the Dark Ages of Disney, right?
What?
Like there's like a period. Is before the Disney Renaissance. The Little Mermaid is the beginning of that.
What?
Did you not know about this?
No.
Like the Black Cauldron and all those ones that nobody remembers.
I looked at Disney movies, and it's really showing me some ones that I'm not really like. It's not giving us the best ones. It's just like here's the Aladdin remake, and
well, what's your favorite? Okay, what's
Dumbo.
Your favorite Disney movie? Like and we're not going to hit Pixar yet because I think that's different.
I would probably say
it's better not be dumb.
Either Aladdin or Beauty and the Beast.
Those are good.
Probably more Aladdin than anything, because I love the songs in Aladdin. Robin Williams, of course, is very good in that movie. So the Dark Ages. Can you give me a couple more?
Like I'll just look it up real quick.
Dark Ages of Disney, because I'm not familiar with that, like literally at all.
You don't know this concept? The Disney
No.
Dark Age, also known as the Disney Bronze Age, refers to an era in the Disney animated canon where there were not as many critically or financially successful animated films,
Like
unlike
Song
most
of
of the
the
films
South.
that Walt Disney himself produced and directed while he was still alive.
Like Song of the South?
The Rescuers, The Black Cauldron.
I thought The Rescuers was well liked.
I don't think it's that people didn't like it. I think it's financially and stuff.
Oh, okay. See, The Dark Ages sounds like it was
Basically, it's after
bad.
he died, I think.
When did he die?
I don't remember.
I'll look it up real quick.
Okay. But yeah, it's like that period before The Little Mermaid, and I think pretty much after he died.
Walt Disney.
I think the last one he worked on was The
1966.
Jungle Book. I think The Jungle Book was the last one he worked on.
So like The Sword and the Stone. Yeah,
It's not a lot.
The Jungle Book was the last one he worked on. I'm almost for certain.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, no, he worked on Sword and the Stone. Oh
he did?
yeah, so he died while they were making Jungle Book. There's a lot of live action movies that the Aristocats would fall into the Dark Ages.
Yeah, like these.
The Robin Hood movie. Now, I thought that movie was very well liked and well received. Nope, it has a 52% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I mean, they're all right. They're just not. They're not they're not like Disney. Like, you know.
They don't have that Disney feel. Now I will. This is weird to see how many movies like the Shaggy Dog was a movie before Tim Allen was in it.
Yes,
I didn't know that. And Herbie Fully Loaded was a movie before Lindsay Lohan. I'm looking at like
Yes.
literally the large, like every single Disney produced movie, and I'm getting a very bunch, like a lot,
a very bunch.
Very bunch.
No. I prefer very bunch.
A very bunch of live action movies that I would imagine weren't like Freaky Friday. What? That wasn't with Lindsay Lohan and Jane Lynch. Not Jane Lynch. The lady from the Activia commercials.
Activia lady.
Activia lady. So like Pete's Dragon.
Do you know about the Disney Renaissance then?
Well, I'm pretty like if I remember correctly, I think it started with the Little Mermaid.
Yes.
The Brave Little Toaster. Now you can't tell me that movie wasn't in the Disney Renaissance.
Is that Disney?
The Brave Little Toaster is Disney.
Okay, well that's an exception.
Okay, it was close, and it was 2 years before. I would like to say that maybe the Disney Renaissance started with the Brave Little Toaster.
The Disney Renaissance started with the Brave Little Toaster. That is our new thesis.
Well, they definitely did start to get better as time got closer, because there's The Great Mouse Detective, which I know was well received. I'm gonna be straight up honest. If it wasn't in the Disney Renaissance, I probably haven't seen it. Like, I haven't seen the classic age of Disney. I haven't seen many of the Dark Age movies. I haven't seen The Little Mermaid.
You haven't seen The Little Mermaid?
I haven't.
Under the Sea?
Under the Sea.
That is like the catchiest song ever.
No, I have not seen The Little Mermaid. The Santa Claus. I'm looking at a lot of the live action movies now.
Don't look at those. Why are you doing that?
Because it's kind of funny. Did you ever see the movie Heavyweights produced by Disney?
No, what is that?
It's a movie about fat camp. We owned it at camp? Yeah, we owned it at my house for a while.
Why?
I don't know, because it was kind of funny. Lion King, a Goofy movie. See, now these are a lot more movies that I do know. Probably because they were released closer to my time.
Yeah, I was going to say you might have been alive.
Yeah. James and the Giant Peach. Yeah, this makes a lot more sense. I can understand why this is known as the Renaissance.
Renaissance.
A Goofy movie, Pocahontas, Toy Story, James and the Giant Peach, D3, The Mighty Ducks, Hunchback of Notre Dame, 101 Dalmatians with real people,
and a bird that thinks he's a dog.
Mulan. Tim Allen's Jungle to Jungle. Air Bud.
What is happening?
Hercules. Mr. Magoo with with Leslie Nielsen. Whoopi Goldberg and the Knights in Camelot. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be looking at this list.
Why are you? Okay, you're just reading the list.
I am.
Can we make some comments? What's your favorite Disney Renaissance movie then?
Well, Aladdin still.
Aladdin. Yeah, it's still. I'm looking at them. There are so many good ones here.
I should actually look up like the Disney Renaissance movies, so I'm not just looking at like all the live action movies as well.
Yeah,
like Flubber and 101 Dalmatians with Leslie Nielsen.
Because that's his name.
Disney Renaissance.
Because they're all so good.
Let me see.
Mulan, Tarzan.
These are referred to as like the fucking classics.
The Lion King.
Little Mermaid, The Rescuers Down Under. The second Rescuers is the Renaissance.
They don't love that one so much. The people of the world.
Okay, so what happened?
They were finding their footing.
What's the next one after the Renaissance? Like, what's the next era? The Pixar era?
I believe does it end with Emperor's New Groove? Because I love that movie.
I don't think so, because it's not.
What is the
showing
period
me,
after that?
It's not showing me the Emperor's New Groove on the Wikipedia page.
All right, I'm gonna find. Here we are. We're figuring it out. After the Disney Renaissance, what is it? The 9 eras of Disney animation?
No way.
Boom, boom. Silent era, Golden Age, wartime. Oh my god.
Oh, like the Donald Duck wartime movies where he was like a Nazi and shit.
The Silver Age and the death of Walt Disney, the Dark Age and the decline of Disney, the Renaissance, post-Renaissance era. It has a beautiful picture to accompany post-Renaissance era. It has the dinosaur movie.
Oh.
Do you remember Disney's Dinosaur?
Boo.
And then 2010 to present.
I always forget that fucking movie exists.
Dinosaur. So it's the post-Renaissance era.
So
there's good movies in that though. It's not just
okay. So
like Lilo and
movies in the
Stitch.
post-Renaissance was Fantasia 2000, Dinosaur, The Emperor's New Groove, Atlantis, Lilo and Stitch, Treasure Planet, Brother Bear, Home on the Range, Chicken Little. There's like one good movie in that, or two.
It's
good
like
movies
melting.
in that.
Emperor's New Groove is good. Lilo and Stitch is good, and Atlantis is good.
See, I've never seen Atlantis or Treasure Planet. So the post-Renaissance era, and I've noticed this because no Disney movies are hand-drawn anymore. The post-Renaissance era was the death of the hand-drawn animation.
Yes.
With movies that underperformed like Atlantis and Treasure Planet.
But you gotta also put in perspective what Pixar was doing at that time.
And Pixar, well, I think Pixar had already been acquired by Disney in like a deal.
Weren't they already part of them? Like with
well, it was kind of like a
Toy
deal
Story?
where it's weird where Pixar released Toy Story, and then Disney acquired Pixar, and then I think this is how it went.
yeah.
And
So
then
when did Lilo and Stitch come out? That was like the last one. That was like
the last hand-drawn
Any
animation movie, I think, was Home on the Range.
which is the death of it.
I guess. Bust a Moo, April 2nd. Disney Home on the Range.
Well, what year?
2004.
Yeah, The Incredibles came out 2004.
Yeah. So, it was definitely on the decline.
I mean, Pixar makes such good movies. Like, I'm looking at this list.
I will always say this. Pixar is, other than like maybe the Cars sequels, Pixar is always on their A game.
I think so. Well, I haven't seen Monsters University. Have
Except
you?
for many of the sequels,
Hold
Pixar
on.
is on their A
The Good
game.
Dinosaur sucked.
I never saw it.
That movie sucked. I hated it.
Pixar movies. Why was it so
Finding
bad?
Dory was dumb. It was just weird.
Like, why? 2020,
It's just
a Disney or a Pixar movie called Onward? Oh my god. Pixar film produced Bao, that little dumpling animation.
Oh my god. That won an Oscar.
Right. Yeah, it did. And it deserved every second of it.
Yes.
So I
okay,
guess,
what's your favorite
I guess
Pixar movie then?
I guess what we're going to go on after we've talked about Disney is we both seem to prefer Pixar.
Prefer is a tough word.
I prefer Pixar. I know they're technically the same company, but when a Pixar works on a movie, they just seem to do it right. Most of the time.
I think you're right that I'd prefer Pixar.
Because when I think of like some of my favorite Disney movies, I think of like Monsters Inc., Toy
Finding
Story,
Nemo.
Finding Nemo, Up,
Wall-E.
Incredibles.
Up is like Up isn't. That's like one of my favorite movies. Not even like animated movies. That's like one of my favorite movies.
This is why I say Pixar just seems to be on the ball at all times, except for a lot. And like even their little shorts, like their Pixar animated shorts, are so fucking good. Like, do you remember the one with the birds on the telephone wire?
Yeah, that was great.
And the one, I don't remember what movie it came out with, but it's called Day and Night, where it's actually hand drawn.
Yeah, they're like two little guys.
Yeah, they're two little guys, and one of them represents day, and the other one's night. That's so fucking good.
They're cool.
I would probably say though, my favorite Pixar movie. It would either be something like Toy Story or The Incredibles.
Interesting. The Incredibles is really good.
The Incredibles is a fucking phenomenal movie.
It's like the best Fantastic Four movie.
Now, so here's the thing. I will say this. Neither of these companies can do sequels well.
No.
Because I would say the only movie in the Pixar lineup that has any good sequels is the Toy Stories.
Yeah, Incredibles 2 was...
It was okay.
It was
like
okay.
It had some really cool action.
Yeah.
It just wasn't as good.
No, it wasn't. First Incredibles is... Oh, it's so good!
This is why and Pixar has a really cool Disney princess style movie in Brave. If you had the chance to change your fate, would ya?
You're a bear! I mean, yeah.
And like
Inside Out.
following this trend, Disney seemed to just be like, okay, we're scrapping everything we've been known for, and we're just doing what Pixar does.
Yeah. Well, except they're not.
But like
the animation style, yes, but like they still do musicals.
They do.
Pixar doesn't do musicals.
Yeah, Pixar doesn't do musicals, and that's awesome. Disney doesn't always do musicals.
But when they do, it's a musical.
I mean, Pixar did Coco, and that was a really good movie that was a musical as well.
I haven't seen Coco, and I need to, and I don't know why I haven't yet.
Un poco loco.
I think I do know why. Weren't they showing like a 30-minute Frozen thing before it?
Yeah, I didn't see it in theaters, but it's actually a
Coco,
really
though.
good movie.
Yeah. I know. I'm sure it is. It's Pixar. Of course it's good. And it's not a sequel.
It's not a sequel. It's not Cars or The Good Dinosaur. And it's Pixar.
Yeah.
Two movies have a stain on Pixar's lineup. And that is Cars, or The Good Dinosaur, and to a lesser extent, Cars. The first Cars was pretty good. Because they have the Rascal Flatts song Life is a Highway.
I'm looking at the Rotten Tomato scores for all the Pixar movies. The only one that stands out is Cars 2.
Now, Cars 2 is a garbage movie.
Cars 2 has a 38%.
Now, imagine setting up this this whole universe, setting up a decently likable protagonist who really had some good character development in the first movie, and then scrapping all that just so you could have Larry the Cable Guy. Funny spy stuff.
What year was Cars 2? I think that'll really
probably like
get us into the mindset.
2011.
What?
Now,
Larry the Cable Guy was like on the down.
Was Larry the Cable Guy even ever popular?
I mean, yeah, at some point. Remember the Blue Collar Comedy Tour?
No, I don't.
That might just be Kentucky.
I don't.
How do you not know that?
Okay, let me guess the lineup. Larry the Cable Guy, Jeff Foxworthy.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Foxworthy was in the Blue Collar Comedy.
Of course he was.
Come
on. Who's the other one? Throw it in.
How many more were there?
There's 2 more.
Okay, I'm trying to think of like the country-centric comedians I know.
Do you want? You can call for a hint.
Was Ron White one?
Yes.
No fucking way, dude.
I think he was. I'm almost positive.
Call me tater salad.
One more.
George Strait. I don't fucking know.
You missed it.
Who?
Bill Engvall.
Who the fuck is Bill Engvall?
You don't... Oh my god. How do you not know these things?
Because I like good comedians.
Oh shit! I didn't say I liked these people. I just knew them.
No, I know. How
But
did we
Up is
start-
my favorite Pixar movie.
I forgot that Larry the Cable Guy was in Cars too.
To cut the tangent off, Up is my favorite one, followed by Wall-E probably.
Wall-E's a really good one.
I just love how it's like there's hardly any dialogue, and it's just like
It works so
visual.
well.
and he's absolutely adorable.
How is Toy Story like one of the best fucking trilogies, almost a quadrilogy that has ever existed?
I'm worried about the quadrilogy.
Have you seen the trailer for it?
I haven't.
It looks
I don't watch
good.
trailers. I don't know why. I feel like it's gonna ruin something for me.
Toy Story 4 looks like it's gonna be really good. Because it kind of has the same... It looks like it's gonna have the same kind of thing that Toy Story 1 had, where Buzz couldn't accept he was a toy. Because at the end of Toy Story 3, Andy gives his toys away to the little girl.
Mm-hmm.
And the little girl was like preschool age. So she goes and she like puts little googly eyes and little popsicle stick feet on a spork and gives him little like pipe cleaner hands. And he becomes sentient as a toy.
Oh my god, this is like... It's like Frankenstein.
He becomes sentient as a toy, but realizes that he's not supposed to be a toy.
Okay, that sounds great. All right, never mind. I'm looking forward to this now. That's all I needed.
Yeah. So that seems to be like the inciting incident.
Okay, that's great.
And then there's other stuff with like they bring Bo Peep back from Toy Story 1.
I was wondering, where's Bo Peep at? That's
She
what I was thinking the
she
whole time.
literally just
I was
fucking
just like-
disappears.
I was kidding, but
No, she does. Like she's just like nowhere in Toy Story 2.
I was like, where's my favorite character?
Bo Peep. Remember how she and Woody kissed?
Well, it was like my two favorite characters from Toy Story 1, they just cut them out. Bo Peep and creepy spider baby doll head.
Toy Story 1 is a masterpiece.
It really is.
It is horrible as the... Have you noticed that when the kids show up to Andy's birthday party in Toy Story 1, they didn't bother pre-rendering kids who looked any different? So they just put a bunch of Andys. They're
That's
little
amazing.
Andy clones.
That I gotta look for that next
Like
time.
they
I
couldn't
watch
even
that
put like a Sid clone in there. It's just legit a bunch of Andys.
Maybe it's a dystopian future where cloning.
And that would make sense. Now, there's the whole theory that all Disney and Pixar movies are somehow related.
I thought it was all Pixar movies.
It is Pixar movies.
Okay.
I'm going to look that up. I'm going to look up the Pixar relation theory.
I really don't know if we have time for that.
Pixar theory.
Maybe we should crack that egg open another episode.
No, we're doing it now.
We can't do it now.
Yes, we can. Every Pixar movie is connected.
Okay.
The Pixar theory.
Can I guess? I think I've looked at it before, so I might be cheating. So, okay, it starts with Brave, right?
No.
No, what's it start with then?
I mean, think about it. There's a movie...
The Good Dinosaur.
Yeah, The Good Dinosaur.
Is it just back there because dinosaurs?
Because it was 65 million years ago. The alternate universe of the Pixar is kicked off by an asteroid missing Earth and preserving the dinosaurs millions of years later. We see first accounts of animals displaying incredible intelligence when left to their own devices, as well as the unique effect humans have on their environment. Okay, what's the next movie?
Brave.
Yes. Magic is introduced to the world through a mysterious witch. It has the power to bring inanimate objects to life, turn humans into animals, and create portals between wooden doors. Also, mysterious wisps exist as the spirit of humans' ancestors. What's the next movie?
Oh, jeez, this is stressful. Bug's Life.
No.
Shit. Do I get another guess?
Yeah, I'll give you 3 guesses each time.
Toy Story.
Close, but no.
Oh.
Think of the time periods of the movies that have come out. So like think of a movie that is set in a time period.
Is it technically Up?
No, Up is kind of modern time.
Okay, well, what is it then?
The Incredibles, 1950s and 60s.
Is it though? I didn't think it was.
Yeah, The Incredibles happens in the 60s.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Here, how about this? Technically, Up is like it starts in like the 1912s.
Well, yeah, but still, it doesn't.
Suck it, Pixar theory.
Up. The government has found a way to harness human energy by creating supers. They eventually die out, but the technology used to undermine them is realized through the invention of AI and Omnidroid. Shut up. This leads to the beginnings of By and Large, B&L. What's the next movie?
After that one?
Yep.
Ratatouille.
No, close again. That's a little bit farther.
Toy Story.
Toy Story 1 and 2.
Hell yeah.
By and Large has gotten into toy business through a plan to harvest human energy. The toys
This
are
is
unwitting
so dark.
conduits of power that feed off of the raw emotions of children. So much so that they can come alive.
Hold up.
And
wait.
Yeah.
I didn't know By and Large was like run by Satan.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. Well,
By and Large is like basically the villain of Wall-E.
No, it's the steering wheel.
Yeah, but By and Large destroyed Earth.
Well, yeah, but
okay. Raw emotions of children, so much so that they can come alive and pursue an internal obsession, making their owners happy, even when separated. What's the next movie?
Toy Story 2.
Well, that was Toy Story 1 and 2.
Bug's Life.
Nope.
Ratatouille.
Nope.
Up.
Nope. Finding Nemo and Finding Dory.
Why would that happen?
That's 2003 to 2004. Because
Bullshit.
I guess because Finding Nemo came out so early, and then Finding Dory was supposed to happen right after. Animals continue to develop startling intelligence parallel to humans. We see through Dory, however, that sheer exposure to humans speeds up this process. She grows up in captivity, surrounded by humans. As a result, can read and learn other languages, like Whale, which is the whale character in Finding Dory. What's the next movie?
This is just guessing now. Wall-E. No, Ratatouille.
Ratatouille it is. A rat becomes so engulfed in human culture and society that he eventually surpasses all of them to become the best chef in France, perhaps the world. Like in Finding Dory, it's shown that animals thrive off the mere presence of human emotions. The next one is Toy Story. The next one is Toy Story 3, so I'm just going to go ahead and say that one.
Okay, you can just keep going.
11 years after Toy Story 2, Toy Story 3 proves many of the references between films through key Easter eggs and cameos. Darla from Finding Nemo is seen in the cover of a magazine. Mary, or Boo, from Monsters, Inc. is seen as an older child. Carl and Ellie from Up are shown to have known Andy. Most importantly, Buzz's batteries are branded B&L.
Oh, no.
Proving the link between By and Large and its sentient toys. The
plot thickens.
Is Up. Pixar's Nexus year continues as we learn the true potential of animals through collars that can make them talk, a progress that will be fully realized later. Also, the By and Large logo appears on a construction equipment in the middle of industrial expansion that will shape the next century. 2015.
This is like we're unraveling the Illuminati right now.
Exactly. 2015, Inside Out. Pixar finally reveals the source of human energy, its emotion. I'm going to skip the rest of that. The next one is Coco. They don't really know when that one shows up, but likely taking place in 2017, the year of its release. Coco will be about so I guess this one was added in before they knew anything.
Interesting.
Will be about an adventure through the land of the dead, among possible hints too on how human energy transfers itself in the afterlife. 2057 to 2110. By and large, Wall-E. By and Large, has taken over the entire world and its governments.
This is madness.
As revealed in Wall-E, this leads to the ravaging of Earth's resources due to overpopulation.
Oh my god.
2105, mankind is evacuated, so
hold on, wait. I need time to process what I'm hearing. You can't just keep bulldozing through.
I have to. This is just the prologue for WALL-E. This isn't even WALL-E's movie.
Yeah. Alright, fine. Let's keep going.
They accomplished this in 5 years by incinerating the world's garbage, but this leads to pollution in the air that makes Earth so livable that all humans remain in space aboard the executive starliners.
Hold on.
Yes?
Is Cars the next one?
Cars 1, Cars 2, Cars 3, 2,110 and 2804.
Are you telling... Okay, if you're about to say that Cars rose up and killed humanity...
No, humans were in space.
What? And they left cars behind and they turned into...
With humans gone, machines are left to rule the world unchecked. Following the rules of Toy Story, the cars owned by humans who loved them come to life and try to find new purpose. Without humans around, they assume their roles as the previous owners and carry out human traditions as the planet slowly heals. But as revealed in Cars 2, there's not enough fuel to go around, let alone human emotion to power them, so the cars eventually die out as well. 2805, WALL-E.
Oh, we're back to WALL-E.
Yeah, the first WALL-E was just the prologue talking about how, by and large, fucked everything.
So, oh my god. So you're telling me WALL-E, the beginning happens where the world dies, and then cars happen, and then...
No, so I guess what happens
and then we're back to WALL-E.
The world
now
dies.
We're at the beginning of WALL-E.
The world kind of dies, and then there's so much pollution, and then Cars happens, and then WALL-E happens.
This is ridiculous. Please keep going.
Operation Cleanup ended in 2110, but B&L evacuated before the city was finished. The last WALL-E unit is still cleaning things up, and there has been has been surviving.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Where's Monsters Inc. fit into this?
It's coming.
Didn't
up.
we just say that Boo was like back in like our time?
It'll show up.
Are they using time travel?
You'll get
this
to
is
it.
Ridiculous. All right, just keep going.
The last WALL-E unit is still cleaning things up. There, and has survived this long due to solar power and his obsession with human trinkets, which gives him the will he needs to survive. Later, he helps an Eve unit bring the Starliner back to a restored Earth so humans can repopulate and start over. 2898, A Bug's Life.
Why is A Bug's Life happening so far in?
After nearly a century of repopulation, human emotion energy has returned a spark to the world, enough to prompt insects and birds into rebuilding their own societies, starting small by repurposing leftover human artifacts as cities. Bugs don't seem to care much about humans, and they prove to be much smarter than other animals, likely because they've survived the Cars era and have shown through the cockroach in WALL-E. Unlike they survived the Cars era as
Can you please read
cockroach in WALL-E? This is so confusing.
Here's what's next. Monsters Inc.
The next one is Monsters, Inc. As revealed in the Monsters, Inc. DVD, there's a myth that humans who look like animals, Mons, rebelled against humans at some point. This myth...
Oh, no.
I guess that was extra on the extra DVD feature.
What?
Humans that look like animals, or Mons...
Or Pokemons,
rebelled against humans at some point. This myth coincides with the idea that animals have finally evolved past humans. Still reliant on human emotion as power, the monsters started Monster Inc. and Monster University in order to harvest the energy from the past, where humans are still around. Using doors as portals through time, the monsters keep the facts secret in order to preserve the timeline, convincing all monsters that anything from the human world is extremely toxic. That was from 3100 to 5201. 5201 to whenever. At the end of Monsters Inc., Sully has discovered that laughter and joy are the most powerful emotion, or more powerful emotions than fear. This ends the Pixar timeline in a moment of true harmony between humans, animals, and machines. However, Sully exposes a young girl he names Boo to the monster world. Desperate to find him and remembering the powers of the door, Boo grows up to become a witch in order to find Sully. This is the same witch from Brave who has traveled to the past to find her kitty, who looks like a bear. Not realizing Sully lives in the distant future, the witch uses doors as portals, has items from various points in time, and even has a drawing of Sully in her workshop. For now, her story isn't complete.
This is madness.
Now, there is a drawing of Sully in the witch's workshop in Brave.
Yeah, they're Easter eggs.
But someone has gone about this by saying it's all connected somehow.
Well, we're going to move on to our next segments. I'm exhausted.
That was exhausting. I'm kind of sweating, to be honest. Today in history. Today is April 8th.
Mm-hmm.
Today in history, 1986.
86?
Yeah. Clint
The
Eastwood
80s.
is elected mayor of Carmel, California.
What?
Yeah.
When did... I was about to ask when did this happen, and I knew I would get the most smart-ass response ever.
1986. Clint Eastwood, famous actor, director, and politician.
I didn't know he was a mayor.
He neither did I until I looked it up. In 1986, he was mayor.
That's crazy.
Of Carmel, California.
Carmel.
Yeah, it's not like the whole caramel caramel. It's Carmel, so it is Carmel. But a little known fact about this mayoral race in history, his political opponent was actually George Clooney. They really duked it out for the Carmel.
Clunster.
Yeah, the Clunster.
That's what he called himself, and he wore a cape.
He says, "I'm the Clunster." That sounds like a horrible Batman villain.
And he like steals things.
I'm the Clunster. Which is ironic considering that that the Clunster was Batman.
Oh my god.
The
Okay, none of these things are true. Those are all lies.
Well, the Clunster did play
Okay,
Batman.
hold on. Whoa, hold on. My thing about him being called the Clunster is a lie. I don't know about Trace's things. I don't know if George Clooney ran for
he didn't.
mayor.
It would have been. That was my lie.
Oh my god. Do you know how much I want that?
George Clooney and Clint Eastwood to have an opposing
election?
Political race.
Yes. Not even like, and don't even talk about politics. Just like random stuff.
Well, it's just kind of like the who's who of Hollywood at that point.
Like somebody just like, one of them is like avid about pineapple on pizza, and the other one's like, that's disgusting.
Now, do you like
talking
pineapple
about
on pizza?
Talking about the real issues in real America.
Do you like pineapple on pizza?
No.
It's disgusting. You disgust me.
Oh, I disgust you.
Yeah. Well, I don't actually
you
love it.
So you like pineapple on pizza?
If it's like a Hawaiian pizza, yeah.
All right. So now you guys need to vote for who's going to be the next mayor of Carmel,
California. Me or Sam?
Me or Trace.
All right.
But based solely on our pineapple opinions.
Yeah, of course. We'll wrap it up. We'll go ahead and start wrapping it up. I'll kick it over to Sam one last time for Sam's Holiday Corner.
Yep. Today is April 8th.
Mm-hmm.
As he said just a second ago.
Mm-hmm.
And today is Draw a Picture of a Bird Day.
Okay. Now
Happy Draw a Picture of a Bird Day.
Okay. Well, happy Draw a Picture of a Bird Day to you as well, my good friend.
So you should do that. You should celebrate this day and draw a picture of a bird.
Is there anything about it, or are we just saying,
I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, I think.
Okay. Yep. Fair enough.
Okay, here's the instructions. Draw a picture of a bird, put it on whatever social media you prefer, and tag us.
Yeah, tag us.
And then maybe we'll draw birds.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy.
And we'll put them up.
Yeah. So yeah, go draw pictures of birds. Vote for the Clunster, of course.
Of course, the Clunster.
And stay woke in the Pixar theory.
Yes.
And
I believe this has been our podcast.
I believe it has.
I think.
I'm
not sure.
I don't.
Yeah,
really.
I'm not sure.
I like this thing that we've been doing every single episode where we end it by berating ourselves.
I'm sure people love that.
I love it.
Okay.
But this has been From Our Perspective. Thank you for joining us. I just want to thank everyone who has listened. We're still a very small podcast. We're just doing what we love, and that's entertaining people.
And that's talking about Disney Pixar theories.
That's talking about Disney and Pixar.
To tens of people.
But we just we hit a pretty good milestone. We hit 100 downloads for all time, which is really cool. Like, I guess if you aren't a podcaster, that's not as cool. For us, it is. For me specifically, I don't know how excited Sam is.
I'm so pumped.
He's so pumped. But
I'm
just
pumped up.
I want to thank everyone who does listen. I know I have some friends who listen. They talk to me about it every week. But I know that there are some of you out there who don't know us, and I want to thank you all too. But if you do listen to us and you like what we do, and you wanna hear more from us, we have social medias. We have Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. On Twitter and Instagram, you can find us at FOP_pod. On Facebook, you can find us under Large Lads. And we post the podcast every Monday on pretty much anywhere you find your podcast. On the iTunes podcast store at From Our Perspective. On Spotify and Podbean and YouTube. On our YouTube channel is also under Large Lads, and we post not really a video, but we post the audio for it on there as well, if that's easier for you. Other than that, we will see you next Monday. I've been Trace.
And I've been Sam.
And this has been From Our Perspective. Bye.
Toodaloo!